Just start to grow. Today we'll start with the new component called Scoop. Okay, basically Scoop is a import and export tool for your data from RDBMS to Hadoop system. Okay, uh, like it supports various RDBMS databases. Uh, it uses the map only job, so there won't be any reduced job when you when you perform uh, so we, so will I say example, if you run a scoop import command, okay, so it is going to generate a map reduce job. Okay, so to bring your data from RDBMS to example HDFS. Okay, so I take data from uh, RDBMS database. Okay, I just given table name as customer. Okay, so I want to pull my data from customer table to HDFS. So it is going to generate the map reduce job. Okay, so example, the scoop import command will generate a map only job. Map reduce job, but it's only a map only job. Okay, map only job. Now you say example your data in RDBMS. Say sales DB. Inside sales DB, I have a customers table. Okay, so I want to bring this table. Okay, so to the HDFS. HDFS data customers. Okay, so this location, if we want to move the data, okay, it's my simple scenario, right? So you take from RDBMS table and you uh, just store it into HDFS directory. So behind the scene, what it is doing is, so how the map only job establishes the connection to RDBMS using a JDBC connectivity. So JDBC connectivity and establish the connection to bring the data from RDBMS. So in nutshell, uh, whichever database supports JDBC connectivity, from those RDBMS database, you can bring the data to the Hadoop system. So it's very simple. So if you have a RDBMS system which supports JDBC connectivity, then you can actually using a scoop import command, you can bring the data to the Hadoop system. Okay, so that's very. If you want to define what scoop import command does is simple. It makes the JDBC connectivity to the RDBMS table and bring the data to the HDFS. And not only we can get the data to the HDFS, we can also get the data to the Hive table also. Okay, I don't want to uh, bring the data to the HDFS and create Hive tables. Instead, I want to directly load the data into the Hive table. That's also possible. So Hive table or HBase table. This is also possible. Any question on this?
So Hive table and what is HBase table?
HBase is the another component in Hadoop ecosystem. It's a NoSQL database. It's
Okay.
basically another kind of data store in So Hive is more of data warehousing related stuff, right?
Okay.
So HBase is a NoSQL database, data store or database. It's a different component in Hadoop. Purely meant for high throughput read and write. Okay, so in Hive, whatever you perform, right? So basically, your select query, your insert query performs MapReduce job. But in HBase table, everything is uh, more of your. I hope you are familiar with the map or dictionary in the uh, Java or Python. If you know, it's more of working with collection objects. You just save your data, pull your data. It's very fast. Okay, so you can think of as it's another database. Okay, yeah. Okay, now let's. Okay, so okay, so we can also like we can get the data from RDBMS to Hadoop, and also we can export. We can import as well as export. Say example, you have a result, you get the raw data and you process, and for visualization purpose, you want to push the result or the summary data to the RDBMS. So you can use the export command. So scoop always we do export and import. So sorry, import and export. Import is bringing the data from RDBMS to Hadoop. Export is from Hadoop to RDBMS. So these are the two major commands. Apart from this import and export command, there are commands like evaluate, and there is another commands which generally used for debugging and other purpose. Okay, so we'll go through one by one. I think I'm recording it. Yeah. Okay, a data transfer tool for Hadoop. Okay, a tool to automate data transfer between structured data store and Hadoop. So it's mainly meant for structure. When we say RDBMS, it's always structured data. Easy to import data from multiple databases to RDBMS. So import export tool to relational database, enterprise data warehouse and NoSQL systems. Populate structured data into HDFS, Hive, HBase, so whatever we discussed. Okay, so just how the architecture generally is. So you when the user run the command, the scoop command, the scoop the framework or tool will generate a map task. Okay, so in the map task, they'll generate they will establish the JDBC connectivity to the respective database and get the data and save it in either SDFS, HBase, or Hive. Okay, so this is sort of the maybe simple command to look about a scoop import. So okay, so before we do this, I'll tell you how to install. Right, it's a very simple step. Let's go here. Okay, I'm just adding you the. I'll send you that's installation steps. Anyway, I'll put it in Google Drive also, just for information. Okay, so you can go to this Apache, the Scoop Apache org website. Let's open it. Somebody chosen languages. How to change this language? Anybody knows? Um, just a minute, I'm getting one call. Okay, so okay, let it be. Okay, so if you go here and go click on the download, and so you we suggest the following mirror set for your download. Click on this link, so you can download this. This is basically a source project, so you can download this the binary file. Okay, so scoop hyphen 1.4.7 dot bin underscore underscore Hadoop Python 2.6 for tar.cz. You can download this file. So either you can download from your local and copy to your VM, or you can use the wget command. Okay. So then once you download this command, and probably you can just save it to the place where you want to keep it. So I'm maintaining all my softwares inside my softwares folders in my home directory. That's why I copied here. Okay, this is just a copy command. So if you download it directly the software folder, you don't need to use this copy command. I'm sorry. Then you have to extract this compressed file. Use the tar command hyphen xvzf followed by you just provide this tar.gz file. So this will extract. Now you just have to set the home directory, the scoop home environment variable. Okay, so open this bash rc file. So you just have to set this scoop home directory, basically where scoop export the scoop home equal to the path on which you extracted your scoop component. Okay, this is the location I set. And then they export the path equal to dollar path colon dollar scoop home slash main. Okay, so you just have to specify this two lines of code, and then you can save this. Okay, control you can save it by control O enter and then control exit. Okay. So once you do and then refresh your bash rc file using source command, you can check the scoop version. Scoop 1.4.7 is the one which is done. So this is my scoop installation directory. Okay, so if you want to know what are the properties we need to supply for scoop import command, we can say scoop import hyphen L hyphen L. So this will be a number of properties like whether you import to HDFS or Hive or HBase. Based on that, certain properties will get changed. Any doubt in the installation steps? It's almost straightforward. Any doubt in the installation steps?
No questions so far for you. Like once we try it, we have
Sorry?
after we try installing, and if you have any questions, then we'll ask you.
No, I didn't get it.
What I'm trying to say is that we haven't installed it yet, right? Like once we try installing, and if we have any questions on installing, then we might.
Yeah, sure.
Contact.
Yeah. But the steps is more or less like straightforward steps. You just have to download this and then extract the file and just set the environment variable scoop form. That's it. Only 3 steps.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right. Now let's go back to the scoop import command. So scoop import, and then this is very important property hyphen connect. So this is where you need to specify the JDBC URL. Okay, say example, in this example, they are bringing the data from Postgres RDBMS. So you can actually you can get this respective RDBMS websites, the each RDBMS the JDBC URL. So there are certain properties we need to set. So typically it looks like this: JDBC colon Postgres colon slash the host name of the Postgres DB server and the port number, followed by the database name. So for MySQL, it's JDBC colon MySQL colon slash the host name and port number will be 3306 slash database name. Okay. So this hyphen connect will take the JDBC URL for respective RDBMS. Then followed by table name. You need to specify the table name on which you are going to pull the data. Okay, so my table name is employee here, and you have to provide the username and password. Okay, so username is test and password is so either you can hard code your password here, or there is another option, password hyphen file space. You can put the file name text. You can put your password in a particular text file, and you can give that path so that nobody will see your password in the scoop command. Okay, and then here they are actually loading the data into HDFS. So target directory hyphen target DER target hyphen DER equal to the HDFS location. Here they are also specifying the fields terminated by. So that means once data is moved to HDFS directory, how the your file each fields how should be delimited in the file in HDFS. So that's where you are saying comma. So each field will have comma separated. It's more of creating a CSV file. Sorry for my throat. Okay, so this command will move external database table into HDFS. Okay, so internally when you run this command, it does two steps. First steps to just explore about database and get the necessary metadata. Second step is to map only Hadoop jobs that submit to the cluster. The jobs will does the actual data transfer using a metadata capture in the previous step. Okay, so say example, the map only. So map reduce job. There will be a map reduce job for your scoop command, right? And thus that map reduce job is a map only job. So there will be any reduced task. Only map task will be there. Now to increase the parallelism, you can run multiple map tasks, right? Here map tasks you can control. When we discussed about map reduce job to process your file in HDFS, the map task depends upon the number of blocks in your HDFS, right? For example, if I have a file in SDFS sample.txt or sample.csv. So if you want to process that file, so when you stored in SDFS, say example that file is having 5 blocks. Then the map when I submit a map reduce job for that input sample.csv, it will generate a 5 map task because number of map tasks is equivalent to the number of blocks in SDFS or input split for your input data. Here we can control because here input is basically a RDBMS table, right? We can control the number of map tasks. So by default, it is four map tasks. Okay, so if this meeting closes, please use the same link and join back. So 4 map task is a default value set, um, default value, but you can control by providing the -m as a parameter and followed by number of mappers. Okay, so they feel that the scoop community feels that 4 is the kind of ideal uh, number of map tasks for any job. Okay, but you can actually change it. Okay, that's what this slide says. So your scoop import command gather the metadata information from the DB and launches the map only job. So it will have 4 map tasks will run and which will generate the file in HDFS. Okay, so this is for Hive table. Okay, this is for HDFS we saw. You just have to provide the target DER and the HDFS path. For Hive, this part is going to be same because we are pulling from Postgres and the table name and the user ID password. And the target directory you have to provide. And then the scoop import. I think you have to table name. I think they did not provide the table. Actually, the table name also should be there. Either you can create directly the Hive table, okay, based on the schema retrieved from the RDBMS table, or you can have your own Hive table, which you for the existing Hive table, so you can push the data, or on a fly you can create a Hive tables and push the data. So both options are available. For HBase table, so you have to provide the HBase table or the respective information. For export, so you have it in your HDFS directory. So it's just command changes. No? Scoop, instead of scoop import, here we say scoop export. Same connection details, table on which you want to export the data, user ID password. So here I give the respect one STFS directory. From here I want to push the data to the employee table. So this is the command. Again here also Napoli task. These are the some of the popular database server people use. That's okay. We'll try a few examples. Okay, first we have to let's create one MySQL table. Okay. MySQL -u. So I hope everybody. So when we installed Hive, we installed MySQL, right? So we can use the same MySQL, but just create a new database and start using it. So let me check. So I have already used this one for something. So I'll create new database. Create database. So I will use this scoop test. Okay, I'll create this orders table, which is going to contain order ID and order code. The item code on which the order is placed and the order quantity and unit price, customer ID, and order date. Okay, so what simple MySQL table I'm creating is, let me insert few records into this. So let me select this table. So I have six six rows in this table. Okay. So we'll try to import this data into HDFS. Okay. So let me open another window. Okay, let's start the Hadoop daemons here. We need to start the Hadoop daemons, the STFS and MapReduce. Start all.sh. Let's close this session and rejoin. We have only 1 minute left. Okay, so this we will disconnect in between. Please rejoin with the same link.